They computed that if the heart were responsible for providing the energy to squeeze every one of those red blood cells, the amount of pressure that the heart would need to develop would be something like 1 million times the pressure that it actually develops. So you might say that's high blood pressure, but high to the extreme. So it's obviously the heart can't be responsible. There must be something else that works together with the heart. I hesitate to say instead of the heart, because heart, it develops pressure and it seems to drive the blood, despite what Rudolf Steiner was saying about the heart not being a pump. I don't know, it depends on your definition of a pump exactly, but it's got to play some role. But in addition to that, there's got to be something else. So what could that something else be? Well, hit my head over my head with a hammer. We just found in the laboratory that you take a tube made of Nafion and put it in the water, a hydrophilic tube, and the water, quote, spontaneously flows through it. We know it's not really spontaneous. It has to do with easy buildup, which is then fueled by infrared energy. But I thought, maybe the same thing applies in everybody's cardiovascular system. Maybe the vessels themselves are driving the flow. And so we went ahead and tested it with positive results. And the guy who did the hands-on test is a student of mine who now got his Ph.D. and moved on. And he told me afterward, when I first proposed the idea to him, he said he thought I must have been on some kind of drug because, preposterous. Everybody knows that the heart is driven, that the heart drives the circulation. I thought so too. Why would anybody have reason to doubt it? But as I've told you, there's reason to doubt, especially the idea that, if you stop the heart, the flow continues at a low value, but it continues. So something else must be pumping. So he did the experiment. He did it on a chick embryo. So living circulation, a 3-day-old chick embryo, the circulation is very well developed. But the regulatory systems, the hormonal and neuronal regulatory systems, are not yet well developed. So it's a pretty pure situation. And he developed a way of imaging various blood vessels so he can track the flow. First thing he did was he stopped the heart. And indeed, the flow continued. So there's got to be something else, right? Unless there's some kind of artifact, because 2 + 2 = 4. Very simple logical deduction. Something else is at play. And then he tested the signature feature of what we found in the laboratory, and that is, if you add infrared energy, the flow goes faster. And that's exactly what we found. And you take away the infrared energy, it returns back to where it was. So we got that result, and the paper has been submitted for publication. But we think that the results are sound, and the bottom line from this is we all like to think that our circulation is driven by the heart, but we found that it's driven not only by the heart, but also by the vessels themselves. For technical reasons, we can't say what percentage is driven by the heart and what percentage by the vessels, but we have reason to think that it's pretty substantial. The vessel-driven component is quite substantial, and that it'll be in the future that we attempt to find out what the percentage actually is, but it's probably substantial. So this is kind of fun and neat, out of this simple incursion into studying water and energetics and whatever. We we come forth with a finding that has pretty important implications. So that's one of the implications, and